Federation War is an ongoing military conflict that occurs during the events of Call of Duty Ghosts. It is fought between the United States and the ruthless superpower known as the Federation of the Americas. Before we continue, the Federation is a socio-political, economic, and military union of North, Central, and South America. Nations that rose to power after the Tel Aviv War, which left many superpowers around the world crippled due to an energy crisis. This led to a few South American countries uniting, specifically the country of Venezuela, Brazil, Argentina, and Chile. They would form the Federation, and together they would occupy or be joined by all other South American countries, and even North America's Mexico. In the 10 years that the Tel Aviv War ended, the Federation would only grow stronger, and their military would be led by General Diego Almagro, who was anti-American and ruthless. He would demand the arrest or execution of every American that was caught in the Federation territory. And in 2015, 20 United Nations peacekeepers would be executed by Federation troops. This led the US to send in a special task force into the heart of the Federation in Caracas, Venezuela, to kill General Almagro. The task force would be Stalker, better known as the Ghost. The Ghost would be successful in killing General Almagro. However, their commander, Gabriel Rourke, would seemingly die during the operation. The death of the Federation's dictator-like general slowed down the Federation's rapid growth, and this led to a truce between the United States and the Federation. This truce would last 2 years, and during that time, the US would launch the Orbital Defense Initiative, aka Odin, as its ultimate deterrent against any foreign attack, seemingly securing its safety against any potential future Federation aggression. Meanwhile, the Federation would quietly regroup and continue to grow stronger. The leaders of the Federation would put Gabriel Rourke, former commander of the Ghost, in a position of power and leadership within the Federation, because unbeknownst to the US or the Ghost, Rourke survived Caracas and would be persuaded to join the Federation after months of gruesome torture.
Odin! It's Odin! To the house, boys, now!
Now, the Federation War truly kicked off on July 10th, 2017. That day would go down in history, as a Federation strike team infiltrated a US routine supply shuttle to Odin's command station. The Federation would hijack Odin and turn the weapon against the United States. This would have been the end of the US entirely, if not for members of Odin's space team, who were able to destroy the weapon before it could do more damage. However, it would cost these brave men and women their lives. The states destroyed in the Odin strikes included Southern California, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, and Louisiana. The attacks also cost 27 million US casualties. Immediately following their surprise attack on Odin, the Federation would launch an invasion of a crippled United States, overtaking what was left in the US-Mexico border. This caused a full-out war between the US and the Federation, and for 10 years they would fight non-stop until a stalemate was reached in 2027. The US at this time was preparing to continue its mission to expel the Federation forces from its coast. However, increased Federation activity resulted in the city of Dallas to fall, and Federation forces assaulted a US fort located in Santa Monica a few days later. Now, what the US didn't know was that these attacks were a diversion for Operation Homecoming, which was the Federation's final push to win the war. Over the last 10 years, the Federation had been working to reverse engineer Odin, with information provided by former Ghost Commander Gabriel T. Rourke. The result was the Federation's Odin-like satellite named Loki, which was more of a streamlined version of the weapon. Once Loki was operational, it would be used to destroy the remaining US major cities and its military. But before Loki could be activated, the Ghost learned of his existence. For the first time in a decade, the US could really hurt the Federation, and so the US put together the last of its naval forces to launch an incursion and capture Loki's primary control center in Chile's Atacama Desert. The facility would be destroyed, allowing a US Air Force squad to attack Loki's command station in space and redirect Loki's fire against Federation ground and naval forces, just like they had done years earlier. To cripple the Federation further, two Ghost operatives would attempt to kill Rourke. However, they would fail, and Rourke would escape with one of the Ghost operatives, Logan. However, due to the US attack on Loki, the Federation no longer had a military advantage over the United States, and they were weakened so much so that they were now on an even playing field. And although the Federation war didn't outright end, it's a conflict that we can learn so much from. And who would come out victorious in the end? Well, I don't know, because the conflict was still ongoing. But my money, however, would be on the US, as I feel that they could use the momentum of the win to overtake the Federation and finally put an end to what had been 12 years of fighting.